We're in Psalm 52 today, and Psalm 52 is very, very similar to Psalm 14. It's a contrast between God's loving kindness versus the tongue and mentality of the self-righteous. The fool has said in his heart, there is no God. And again, I mentioned this before, how this portrayal of the fool is not the atheist. It is speaking about the one who draws near to God with their lips, but their heart is far from him. They think that they're worshiping God, but Jesus said they do worship me in vain. And that's what that means. You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. That is, their belief in God is futile. It's worthless. It's meaningless. It's simply a claim. But is not trust in God. So the fool has said in his heart, there is no God. This is the Pharisee. They're corrupt and have committed abominable injustice. There is no one who does good. And of course, Paul describes all of humanity this way, particularly Christians, before they were renewed. God has looked down from heaven upon the sons of men to see if there was anyone who did understand, who seeks after God. Every one of them has turned aside. And that was true of the Pharisees and Israel, and it's true of everyone in humanity. There is no one who seeks after God. There's no one who calls upon his name, Isaiah 64 says. We have to understand this because otherwise we'll give credit to our will. So someone might say, but I sought after God. No, you didn't. The Son of Man came to seek and save that which was lost. And so he seeks after us, turns our heart, as Jeremiah says, makes us willing, as Psalm 110 says. Have the workers of wickedness no knowledge? So when it says workers of wickedness, it's talking about self-righteousness, filthy rags, good deeds that they're believing can save them. Who eat up my people as though they are bread. Again, this is this same recurring theme throughout the book of Psalms, how the self-righteous devour with their words, claiming religion, claiming a faith in God, but all they do is accuse God's people, trying to pick out faults, excusing their own tongue, excusing their own slander, their own gossip. These are not the people of God. Who eat up my people as though they are bread and have not called upon God. There they were in great fear, where no fear had been, for God scattered the bones of him who encamped against you. You put them to shame because God had rejected them. Oh, that the salvation of Israel would come out of Zion. When God restores his captive people, let Jacob rejoice, let Israel be glad. And this restoration from captivity, Jesus says, whoever commits sin is the slave of sin. That's what he's speaking of when he refers to captivity. They were in captivity to the law of sin and death. That's what Romans explains very, very clearly from Romans from Romans chapter 1 all the way through chapter 8. It's a very clear portrayal of how the heart is held captive through sin and death. So that's Psalm 53, and I hope that it's becoming clear throughout all these Psalms how abominable the false accuser and slanderer and gossip and self-righteous spirit is to God.